Going international is indeed a challenging area for network marketing companies. A lot of young companies look at going international as the brass ring, and they're reaching out for that brass ring as soon and as quickly as they possibly can. Indeed, before they've even gotten their feet wet domestically. And they haven't necessarily tested their systems properly in the U.S., haven't given them a good run through to make sure that their operations are in place and working properly. But they just want to go out and go international. They think that's where the business is. And indeed, going international can be a wonderful thing, but you have to do it the right way and you have to do it carefully. The trouble with going international from a legal perspective is that, well, it's a joint finance / legal issue. It's expensive. It's expensive if you want to do it the full-on correct way. Go in, register your products if you have to do that. If you have to register in a certain market, you have to do that. That's expensive. Therefore, a common way of doing it is going on an NFR, or not for resale basis. And that's what we see a lot of companies doing. They'll go in and in theory, an NFR program is supposed to be that you go in and you can ship products to your customers on a onesies and twosies basis, but you're certainly not shipping or breaking bulk. The problem with that is when you ship in onesies and twosies for personal consumption, the shipping costs are astronomical. It's more expensive to ship the product than the cost of the product itself in many cases. So you can't go NFR for a very long or a sustained period, but nonetheless it's a lot less expensive. Now, so what have we seen happen on NFR programs? Well, because shipping is so expensive, we find that companies are shipping more than onesies and twosies. They're actually shipping thousands of dollars worth of merchandise to these international markets, and so it's far more than somebody's going to use for individual or personal consumption. So they're in most cases selling that merchandise, which, depending on the nature of the products, if they're supplements, for example, those products are not registered in the country. And so when a company does want to go international in the proper fashion and get their products registered, if the regulatory authority in the given country has had an issue with these products because they've not been registered, it's going to be very difficult to go in and register the right way. You might be blackballed in that country, or your products may be blackballed in that country. So it really is a catch-22. I certainly understand the need to go international and try to do it inexpensively. That's reality. I understand that. But if somebody's going international on an NFR basis as a small company, you better be careful to really stick by each country's NFR rules. And oftentimes they're not really rules, they're actually policies. You're not going to find an NFR law in many cases. It's going to be a policy of a country to allow certain personal use shipments to come in, but essentially they could, if they wanted to, change that policy.